Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to some more Zero Hour. Welcome back to the World Series 2023. Back here today with round number 1. Down in the south, we have Vanco552 with the GLA Stealth in the pink. In the north, we have the red ApeX. This is the China infantry player today on Vendetta. Is the map Stealth against Inf. That's quite a nice matchup to watch. Stealth against tank, stealth against infantry, stealth against anything is a pretty nice and balanced matchup normally. Sure, both players happy to play either the stealth or the infantry here. This guy's going for a truck rush over on the left-hand side. I'm not so sure who the favorite is here. Usually we can boot into a replay and tell you who the favorite is. I'm gonna guess with ApeX being the favorite, but I don't know. Just 'cause I don't know so much about Vanco. I'm sure I've seen ApeX play a number of times. I'm sure he was pretty good, but my guess here might be completely off. I'm actually interested to see who is going to take this one. So we've got some mines with a perfect supply placement for ApeX on the right. He killed the worker on the left and then took his truck back. It's a big loss of money, though, having your truck off that for the first opening minute of the game. TNT dropped off by Vanco, annihilates the flamer, and that is pretty good there from Vanco. Loading up his technical with RPGs pretty quick as well. Yeah, that's looking... And he's got a quad produced, he's got the right amount of workers, second arms dealer very, very quick. And he's expanding again on the left. That's looking pretty solid for Vanco. Maybe ApeX is going to have a run for his money here. Saying that, he's about to run into mines, Vanco, with his technical. I would like to see him drop off the RPGs there, or at least go over there and then come back and try and pick off that dozer. Because by picking off that dozer, you make the opponent so scared to expand, because he's not going to risk that over here again, then, is he? When otherwise, you've now allowed him to expand. Oh, saying that, it would be really good for him if that technical got the dozer. He's had a few opportunities to pick it up, but I mean, at least he's picking off trucks. ApeX needs to be moving these quicker. Pretty poor losing that technical there to the tank hunter. It was looking pretty solid up until that point. And yeah, the problem now is that this outpost has gone straight across the map. Flamer here is getting shot down by the quads. Kind of even, but this is a big problem for Vanco, though. Okay, quads pop. It's a full HP outpost. I mean, if those quads just chase it slowly like that, then they're in trouble. But you need to save this arms dealer. You can't just go inside of your tunnel and hide. You need to wait until he's shooting that, wait till he's not looking, and then come in with them quads again. I honestly don't know what he's doing, losing this arms dealer. Needs to be repairing it. It was looking so good for Vanco, the opening, and now if he loses that arms dealer, I mean, he's off to a huge disadvantage because the guy's expanded as well. Okay, arms dealer doesn't go down, but that could have been killed there for ApeX, so it's a little bit of a poor thing there from ApeX as well. He could have finished that. Just needed like a couple more hits, like half a second more hits, and it would have got it. I mean, he does have a second arms dealer, and that one is technically going to rebuild. ApeX headbutting this tunnel position. A little bit brutal engagement there. Losses on both sides. But ultimately, the infantry can steamroll through. Got 3 trucks collecting back here now, as opposed to 2. Would like to see some bunkers just on the extremes of the map. It would just scare off any attacks so much more easily. Like, just one bunker there, and he's really going to think twice about attacking into it. He'd have to go all the way over here, and by that time, there's units over here. So yeah, I think he should have a bunker there. And I would like to see a bunker on the right as well, because only $700 and like the best defense in the game, basically, aren't they? They build super quick, come free with mines. The mines is worth $600 by itself. Never mind the bunker. If you take away the mines, the bunker is only costing him $100, and it's like the strongest bunker in the game. Got loads of HP, can be repaired quickly. Technical coming in again from Vanco. Those are just left a little bit exposed there. I would like to see subliminal messaging from the infantry, but so far, no such upgrade. These outposts would heal twice the normal rate if he had subliminal messaging. He's getting his oil. Technical might get the dozer hunt. A little bit disappointing to see the dozer not being moved here because that technical's been there for an age. And it's clear he's going for the dozer hunt because you just lost the other one. Dozer will maybe escape. Oh my god, he just lost it after all of that anyway. Okay, that's very poor there from ApeX. Very, very poor. You cannot be making them mistakes in any game against the top players and expecting to win the World Series. I mean, he still might win anyway, just because infantry, you just load up these outposts, charge at the enemy, and the enemy has so much work to do. But here comes that push. I told you, if there was a bunker there with, like, even just one tank entering, these would think twice. But let's say you had, like, 3 or 4 in there, it would take down a number of quads and deploy the mines. So now it's going to be a bit of a base trade, actually. Any building that ApeX loses cannot be replaced. I see these are healing, but they'll be healing faster with the subliminal messaging. But this is still quite a nice game. Them quads, I think, ultimately are all going to get cleared. Because the outpost is much harder to kill than the quads. You make a fully loaded outpost, and you can probably, with some decent micro, kill most of the quads. This is more hard to clean up. Okay, funky placed outpost.
They're attacking our base.
Because it's inside of the building. It's actually not firing. I mean, yeah, okay, Vanco might be able to kill a few buildings here and there, but ultimately he's still lost his whole base. He has no means of clearing this up in his base. He's 2 oils down. He's an extra supply down. Like I said before, that dozer should have been stopped from getting that third. It would prevent him from being so strong and have like that bunker, for example, as well. By having that extra income, it speeds him up getting the prop and all kinds of units. It's all like a knock-on effect. So that first technical stopping that dozer was pretty big. Bit of an awkward fight here. Always need some minigunners, really. Just like even 1 or 2 minigunners. Because then you can just fight this a lot easier. Otherwise, 1 TNT can chase away this beast of an army. Vanco has expanded it back again on the left, but he has no war factory and I think no quads. So any outpost flamer army that comes in now should really just clear up. It's just a clear up operation now. It's clearing up Vanco from the map. He's selling his barracks. Lotus revealed for a second. Sneaky barracks up on the top right. But has he got any way to win now? Don't think so. Vanco. Okay, Flamer comes in. Does get stopped, though, compared to Flamer to 2 tunnels. Flamer is going to lose the battle with all them RPGs as well. And Vanco, I suppose, just needs to hold the line, but you're not really going to be able to hold the line with just 1 supply and a bunch of tunnels against Flamer Outpost ECM. But I get his line of thinking. In fact, he shouldn't be floating 3.5k, really, should he? Okay, jumping into the next one, we got China Infantry up at the top for Vanco with the pink color. Down in the south position, we've got the red player with Agility Stealth. This is ApeX. So we'll see how this is played differently. The infantry in the previous game went for a supply there and a supply there. You see a lot of the top players actually going for a supply there and with this truck actually then rushing out trying to crush some workers. I suppose the counter to that for the GLA is actually build the tunnel near these buildings, and then when the truck comes, go inside of the buildings. Also have a couple of TNTs out just in case the infantry goes straight for your supplies. Should he have more workers there already based on that arms dealer basically being complete? I think he probably should. Those workers seem a little bit late there from ApeX. What some people do as well is actually continue making workers from a CC and then put those extra workers on the supply instead of having it queued up like 3 or 4 workers there. You can actually start collecting on all 5 or 6 workers. Xcal does it quite a lot. 5-6 workers straight away rather than having to wait for them to come out of the supply. ApeX dropping down a Stinger. Okay. He's scared of a helix or scared of an outpost rush straight down the middle of the map. It's actually going to be a flamer as the first unit. But yeah, he seems to be scared of a helix. And I think that's why he's even doing a really, really forward tunnel. There is a TNT here. Yeah, wouldn't have been able to get the flamer even if you control fired. Yeah, that tunnel is quite ambitious, though, based on him actually going for a war factory. But I think ApeX is still convinced that it's going to be a helix, but now he's going to see the flamer, cancel that tunnel, and realize, actually, after all, it was not a helix. Yeah, I still think it's probably worthwhile making a technical, even at this point, to go around the back and harass some trucks, kill some dozers. Given how easy that one just got hit by 1 RPG, might be able to finish off some dozers. Vanco coming in with this outpost, picks off 2 quads. There's a TNT here from ApeX. Yeah, those did get picked off in the end. Still expanded, though, before the Gilles picked it off. ApeX moving in with a few RPGs and a worker. RPGs get crushed quite efficiently there by the truck. Worker's going to make its way deep into the back of the base. I think because he came in with 2 RPGs and the worker at the same time, the worker's been kind of revealed quite easily. Maybe what he should have done was actually left the RPGs inside of there. Built a tunnel there, crept forward, tunnel here, crept forward. It's like what Big Size does. Basically, you'll look back in your base and you have about 25 tunnels in your base. And then once it's found, then he will pounce when he's already surrounded your base with a load of tunnels. I don't like how forward that palace is, by the way. Because if this area gets pushed by outposts, he can just go through here and would be able to stop that with relative ease. 5 workers, 3 workers. Pretty much every single game the GLA is never collecting on the right amount of workers. KCC being built by Vanco. If a tech RPG did come in the back, though, has he left enough room to escape? I think probably there. But sometimes, yeah, you think it's pretty cool by doing a SimCity thing like this, but you have to always leave enough room for your dozer to get out as well. Usually you do that in and around mines. So if a technical comes in, the technical will run into the mines. Okay, TNT again. Sometimes they can still pick off flamers. There we go, there's an example. Okay, that area has been cleared. Palace is now already established. Multiple tunnels going up at the front to seal off this entrance. Okay, Vanco coming through with his outpost and ECM army. ApeX wasting a few quads here. Subliminal meshing in place straight away for Vanco. Flowing 7.5k Vanco. Now that he's got 3 supplies, I'm probably going to get 2 oils. I wouldn't even mind seeing a second war factory. Produce loads of outpost ECMs. Pure tank enters with a few minigunners from there. Load them all up. And push pretty much anywhere across the map. It's going to be pretty strong. Jean-Michel is now out. Snipes the flamer. He's going to try to get that flamer back for himself. He does get it. John Kell back in action, sniping some of these outposts. Flamer moves forward, trying to flush out this bunker. But the bunker gets evac'd and then reloaded. Lotus is just kind of chilling at the minute next to a toxin tractor. Okay, second arms there for ApeX. He's already got a real market as well. Yeah, I don't mind this palace position now. He's got all these line of tunnels. But yeah, I probably prefer it a little bit deeper. You should lose your palace to keep building. But yeah, I get it. It's a good defense as well. But has it even got any RPGs in it? No. Okay, tunnel position getting cleared. Vanco is working up the XP, so when he's level 3, we'll be able to use carpet artillery pretty much straight away because he's already got a CC. He's made loads of MiGs, but he's currently not using them. He's now making Infernos. Still floating 5.3k though. I think he's looking pretty comfortable for Vanco. I just think he should spend his money even a little bit more. Okay, MiG's pretty efficient. Still loses one of them, though. Needs to get the MiG armor upgrade, otherwise they're going down too fast. Jean-Michel back in action. He is getting chased by a minigunner inside the outpost, and Jean-Michel goes down. Given that the palace was up relatively quick, probably would have been a good idea to see angry mobs. Like, one angry mob's just attack move down the middle. One angry mob attack move to here, and one angry mob attack move to the left. But $800 a piece, they cause so many issues for the infantry. I suppose he could counter it with the MiGs. Carpet bomb coming in, and there's his palace gone down to the hole. See, if that was in the back of the base, there's more chance the quads and stingers and stuff would be able to pick it off. That's a nice MiG strike. Weakened the quads a lot, and now I think those outposts will be able to clear the quads up. Ooh, very close battle there, but I think the outposts still coming out on top. Loads of Infernos now. Well, I say loads. Oh yeah, there is actually 5. ApeX has been defeated. GG there. Well played to Vanco. Okay, jumping into the next one. We're now on Sand Scorpion. Up in the top left, the GLA Vanilla for the pink player. This is Vanco. Down in the bottom right, we have the red USA Laser. For the player, that is ApeX. Okay, double barracks here for Vanco. Not entirely convinced the double barracks opener is needed for the GLA here. And if a drop does come in and you haven't made a TNT, then yeah, you are susceptible to getting crushed here. Worker gets crushed. I think this will get crushed as well. If not, then he could go over to the right and crush that as well. Dozer might have even been able to go straight down the middle without the help of a Chinook. Crush that, and then come through and crush here. So yeah. So far, he has crushed that rebel as well. Tech RPG. ApeX is going to drop over here as well, but there's a rebel inside of a hut. Drops his dozer anyway. She's going to take a little bit of damage there from the rebel, but it doesn't do that much damage. And it's actually a barracks being built. Tech RPG enters the base. Gets shot down. RPGs. For some reason, they're not firing at the Chinooks. Like, your RPGs are guaranteed dead anyway. You might as well have got a few shots off on the Chinooks. Bit strange. Okay, fire base now, right next to a tunnel. Bit ambitious. We'll get stopped. He doesn't scrap deny here as well, which I doubt he's going to do. He's going to give scrap. Oh, he does. He loses the $600 there because he placed the scaffold of the barracks and didn't cancel it in time. Yeah, and he's wasted quite a lot there. He's wasted a dozer worth 1,000. He's wasted a barracks. He's not selling it. With $600, giving the XP to the opponent. And he's wasted a few MDs there as well. So a bit of a loss there, to say the least, from ApeX. And all the ranges inside of there, I think they give like 26 XP each. And ApeX was microing that as well. He was putting them MDs back inside. So therefore, was he producing the whole time back here? I don't know. I think the best thing for him to do now is get that ambulance, go straight here and push straight into the base. If you get bogged down trying to fight these bunkers, it can go poorly. Another way you could push is through the top. But whatever he does, he has to push through ruthlessly and just go straight for the kill. If he hangs around fighting bunkers, fighting tunnels, and waits for the GLA to bunker more in, it's going to be difficult for the USA. Yeah, like this. Yeah, exactly like this. Yeah, the technicals are going to be here, but maybe he should have even kept going there. Okay, nice micro so far on the Vs. With some nice micro here, then Vs should still be able to achieve their goal, which is go through here. Vs are at risk of getting trapped a little bit. I think he's going too far to the middle. His ultimate goal should still be to get over here, cancel that palace, which shouldn't be being built there anyway. Again, you build a palace in a risky position, it goes down, and it's a huge disadvantage. Well, the GLA was actually off to an okay start here, I think. Yep, that's the right way to go. Get across the bridge, kill that oil on the way, and then go in for the kill. But by that time, there might be a lot of technicals out, because he has hung around a tiny bit. And probably should be loading them up inside of a Chinook and dropping them and making this blob even bigger. We will see how it goes. It all comes down to this technical and V battle. If the technicals win this battle, I favor the GLA. If the Vs win the battle, then the GLA is probably dead. Yeah, he's not reinforcing ApeX. It does take a bit of skill, multitasking, to go back to your base, click the Chinook over here and do a reinforcing drop. But if you want to win the World Series, we're holding people to high standards. Building this next to a tunnel. Oh, man. He's asking to lose 2.5k there. Vanco's really struggling picking off these Vs. Like, sometimes he's hanging around for a fight too long. Loses a few technicals there. I mean, that dozer could get picked off by the RPGs. That scaffold could have been cancelled in general. He is going to do it now, but it's a bit late, I think. And he does need to find that in his base. It's like, it's right in his face. It's not even like hiding on the edge. Yeah, behind this, he's gone for an oil. Yeah, the fact that that palace got cancelled, though, he's rebuilding it. It's on nearly 100%. Oh, the ambulance walked into a TNT. Okay. That's kind of bad, because now the Vs won't reheal automatically. Oh, is that TNT from the back? I think it was, and he's actually trapped the Vs. Okay, that's nice from Vanco. I think he's won. Yeah, he's won. And I think ApeX is mentally defeated there because... yeah, Vanco gifted him like a barracks. He gifted him a doze. The firebase got cancelled. Gifted him some MDs. Then V's cancelled the palace. Everything was going ApeX's way, but then he started capturing the oil when he should be reinforcing it faster. He lost the ambulance for no reason. And based on that fast quit, I'm actually favouring Vanco to win the whole set now because I think he's just mentally defeated. So yeah, 2-1 now for Vanco. Okay, down at the bottom right, we've got Vanco, what do you say, laser in the pink colour. Up at the top left, we have the red GLA Vanilla for the player that is ApeX. A bit of a news update for you as well. In a previous game, we had Staz against Antrip. If you haven't watched that, I suggest go back and watch it. Staz did an illegal move when he was infantry against, like, Air Force, I believe it was, on Vendetta. And at that point, I wasn't sure whether it was an illegal move or not. Apparently, Nickname, the host of the World Series, has confirmed it is an illegal move. But I think he's just decided now that it's an illegal move. I think when the question of it came up many months ago, there wasn't a clear answer. So Nickname has just decided now that it's an illegal move, which is... There's a few unprofessional things in the World Series, in my opinion. Now that it's getting such a high prize pool, my standards of professionalism of what I expect from a tournament have gone up. Like, for example, the prize split should be announced. It's $6,500. What's the prize split? How much does first place, how much does second place, third place, all that stuff get? And that either isn't announced or it wasn't announced for ages. I don't think it's announced still. There's little things like that. But yes, Staz did an illegal move, but the game's not going to be changed or anything like that. There's also multiple people in the World Series that have just played the outright wrong maps. No punishment for them either. Just play what you want. I mean, maybe that's me being a bit petty. I don't know. I just think, given how big the World Series is getting now and how much money is on the line and how professional we want to try and portray ourselves, I think the standards should be a little bit higher than it is. Anyway, we digress. We've got GLA for the red. He's taking over all of the map. Technical now moving in. Vanco has gone for a 1 supply and oils. I've tried, as the USA, going for oils on this map before. But the problem is, if the GLA just makes 2 technicals from the beginning, sends one here, and denies it, straight away you're at a disadvantage. Okay, so he's going for a combat drop here in the middle. The combat drop does come in. I think he can evac 2 ranges and then drop this one as well. I don't think he should just hang around there and lose the Chinook for no reason, which is what's gonna happen. Okay, that bunker gets busted open, which is good for the GLA, but the GLA is losing ground slightly. 3 tunnels deployed here for ApeX. I would like that to be in a slightly better line. He's also attacking this oil rather than capturing it. 2 armadillos in play. He's got tunnels down the bottom left, but not expanded. Okay, Tech RPG here from ApeX. Search and destroy is deployed, though. Ranger gets inside of the building. I think ApeX might get frustrated here. You know, just given how quick he quit in the previous one. Or how suddenly it was. And now his Ranger just... Vanco's Ranger just beat him inside of this bunker. That's a nice TNT though from ApeX. Very nice. Hitting the strap. I still think it's worth getting that technical out, though. It's still a free unit. You could have got back inside of your tunnel. You just gifted it to the opponent. 2 Vs now pushing down the middle. The palace has only just been started. He's expanding now down in the bottom left. But as soon as this happens, these 2 Vs are a big problem now. You need tunnel, tunnel, tunnel. You cannot lose this base. Oh, okay. That's nice. That is nice. Dozer might have been able to reverse there and kill them 2 RPGs, but either way, it gets Dozer. And Vanco is now without Search and Destroy and without a Dozer. Pressure is on him to make things happen. Okay, quite a lot of technicals here for Vanco. I mean, for ApeX, sorry. Okay, the oil there is just going to be killed. Well, Vanco needs to finish this game as fast as possible anyway, so might as well just kill the oils. You're not settling into a longer game here. These technicals, though, are all really being wasted. I don't even know if they needed to be evac or not, but if they did, Hope they were from that damaged one, or the one that went down. But yeah, a lot of technicals went down. Palace is now up. Needs to switch straight into buggies. Buggies and a Jarman. That's now what's needed. And maybe a TNT on the war factory and all the barracks. Again, these technicals, though, are often just being sent to their death. It'd be better, rather than taking bad fights here, just to actually push from here and go in for a base trade. Actually, yeah, technicals could probably wipe out them. I'm guessing they're mostly empty. Or no, actually, they're not. Okay, so yeah, wherever he pushes, actually, is against fully loaded Vs. But yeah, buggies. I mean, he's got Palace now. So, I mean, that Palace has been up for a minute or so. He probably should have 4 buggies, maybe. Buggies now coming out, but what's this one doing? The buggy should be immediately on this. He's hanging around a second. Vanco's now capturing an oil. There's actually a battle bus produced. Okay. Not so sure about the battle bus. Only 1 buggy out. He could have used that buggy to run over that. Loses a buggy. Nah, Vanco. ApeX is going to lose this set, I think. Just too many mistakes. Too many mistakes. Okay, the buggy's now finally going to work, but the palace has already been cancelled and your production's already getting camped. Every single unit needs to be preserved here for the GLA. And so far, the buggies are not even hitting. Could be going around here. It's a bit of a traffic jam going inside of ApeX's space. John McKell could snipe that. John McKell needs to keep attack moving. Another buggy is... Well, actually, if those buggies go, there's not going to be no more buggies because he's not on a palace. Okay, Jarman's been picked off as well, but the buggies do clear everything up in the end. But Vanco has loads of Vs now, like at least 12 Vs I count there. And he's on Pathfinders. Buggies again need to be preserved. Going a little bit too close to the Vs here. Luckily, they do all escape. Some tunnels being dropped down by ApeX. He needs to garrison all of these as much as he can. Still got his base. He's got a battle bus still. The GLA just needs to camp it out. But again, the buggies are going too close. A combat drop coming in now from Vanco. Takes over that middle building. It's such a cool animation, isn't it? That the Rangers get dropped up inside of a building. Here's a battle bus. Only got 2 RPGs inside of it, though. He evacs them and goes inside of this building. And the Vs are going to have to brute force their way through everything now. And I think Vanco needs to bring all the reinforcements possible because this is the battle that changes everything, basically. GLA is only going to be left on this small little base up in the top if the USA clears this area. Only 1 Chinook collecting for Vanco. Wow, all of these are thinning out, actually, through all of these bunkers and all of these tunnels. Random RPGs, random technicals, and the buggies. It has cost him all of the Vs eventually. And yeah, this base is devastated for the GLA, but at the same time, all of the buggies... Sorry, all of the Vs in the end did get picked off. Technical getting some crushers. Only got 1 in the end, though. This is quite an intense game. If that tunnel falls, though, have these technicals got any chance? He's on 4 arms dealers, actually, the GLA. Just realised. Yep, nice micro so far from Vanco. Laser lock comes in as well. ApeX still making the technicals. He could cancel that one to get $800 more. He could be making some technicals from that. And he should at least have 6 workers on his main, because this is his main income now. Another buggy is out. V goes down. Laser lock comes in. Pathfinder's probably going to get crushed. He does get crushed. Another technical falls. Laser lock comes on the last technical. That falls as well. What a scrappy battle. The problem is the next wave of Vs is on the way. And some of them are a little bit full. Okay, rebel ambush from a GLA. Unusual. Don't see any reason why you'd use rebel ambush there, honestly. Because it's a waste. You wouldn't get an extra level of bounty money because every kill then you earn money because it's going to come to a lower economy game in a second. 4.3k. He does have 3 oils though. Okay, he's slowly reclaiming the oils. But you need units. He's making a 3rd arms dealer with no cash. Oh my god. Oh my god, he's just built it and then sold it. I think he's panicking. I think ApeX is panicking. I think he is he's panicking. It's the World Series. Nerves are kicking in. There's no reason why you build a fake arms dealer and then sell it. But I get it. It's you're on the big stage. It's the World Series. Nerves are high, emotions are high. But yeah, I think he's thrown it. So it's definitely winnable for the GLA here. All comes down to experience and stuff, and I suppose how many big tournaments have we seen ApeX in, or how many big challenges have we seen him in? I personally haven't seen him in many, and maybe that is showing here. It all comes down to experience on big challenges and stuff. Every single technical there is getting wrecked. Goes inside of the tunnel. And Vanco's base is basically nothing in it. If it had counter-attacked and dropped off a worker, it might have been a good idea. Yeah, GG, well played there. 3-1 for Vanco. Okay, jumping into the next one. Got USA Air Force up at the top left for the pink player. That is Vanco. Down in the bottom right, we have ApeX with the red. USA Air Force as well. So an Air Force mirror on Mountain Mayhem. Mountain Mayhem is a bit different to other maps because you start with a 1,000 crate inside of your base. The dozer gets pretty much straight away. It's basically an 11k map rather than 10k. This is ultra slow. You see, his is finished, and is finished round about now, and this one's still going. So your build is slowed there, and these MDs wandering around when they need to be going straight inside of the Chinook is slow as well. 5 MDs. That build is doable and still have the maximum Chinooks. Not if you build 2 airfields, though. Bad build here from ApeX straight off the bat. You want to do 1 airfield, get maximum Chinooks on there, and then you do a 2nd airfield later on. Bad build. Laser lock comes in. Vanco is not going to move his Chinooks and does lose one. Okay start from ApeX despite the bad build. I mean, he's not collecting there. You might as well... Was it even worth making the supply? I don't know. Vanco might lose another Chinook. You know what? Them MDs should also go up here and shoot that oil. Like, it would not take many hits to shoot that down. There is a ranger here. These Chinooks will probably survive now. Because when there's only 2 MDs left, they do take a while to kill. Okay, so he's collecting 3 Chinooks over here now and 1 over there. King Raptor is out. What did that hit, actually? I don't even know what it hit. Yeah, as a general rule, and it's something I had to learn in Zero, always remember to manage your money well. There's no point having 4 arms dealers and none of them producing. I think that goes without saying. There's no point having 2 airfields when you haven't got enough money to produce from both because you're not collecting on one supply. There's no point having 2 suppliers if you're only collecting on one and not collecting from the other. Just like managing your money and making little decisions on your build order. Like if you watch some of the top players, their build orders just work out perfectly every time. If they build 2 supplies, they're collecting on both. If they make 1 airfield, they're producing from it. If they make 2 airfields, they're producing from it. They manage their money and their build order well. And then once you've done a good build order, then all you need to do is follow up on that and execute it well, have decent micro and stuff. If you start off with a bad build order, then it doesn't matter how great your micro is. If the opponent does exactly the same as you, but with the better build, then he's just naturally going to win. Even if you have a superb micro, if he just matches your micro, then just due to his build, is going to be off to a natural advantage. Okay, so Vanco's gone Comanches. He's going for the power. Okay, he's going for pure Comanches, actually. And 1 wrap. Loads of Comanches. Oh, he's going for the... is he going for the King Wrap to protect the Comanche stuff? I don't think you can just ignore the Comanche problem in your base. Because now, when all of them go back to land, there's either going to be A, no airfield, or B, you're all going to die on the airfield and give them veterancy. I think ApeX might have just lost. You can't just you can't just ignore Comanches in your base. I'm sorry, man. Like, these have all got no missiles now. The more they kill, the stronger they get, and that's it. That's game. As soon as the opponent goes Comanches, you need to be hitting them 1 by 1. 1 Raptor costs $1,100. 1 Comanche costs $1,200. So for every Comanche he makes, you just get a free hit and it costs him $1,200. But you can't just let it get out of control. GG, well played there to Vanco. Okay, jumping into the reverse. Now I've got Mountain Mayhem with ApeX up at the top left with the USA Air Force in the red. And I'll let you know into a secret as well, is that these replays I've commentated them on in the wrong order because the players failed to upload all of the replays. So I had to just go and find this one manually, which means that this air mirror was actually played first and the air mirror we just watched was played second. So we're kind of recapping on ourselves here. Down in the bottom right, we've got the pink player with the USA Air Force. This is Vanco552. Going for what looks like a similar build order. The barracks first into Rangers. ApeX selling his CC. Very, very unusual in an air mirror to sell your CC. Unless your name is Excal, you don't do it. Only Excal is skilled enough to sell his CC in air mirrors and still come up with weird and wonderful builds that enables him to win. He won an air mirror tournament against Fargo with some new and creative builds. This is a better build order. Oh no, it's not a better build order though, is it? I mean, at least he's collecting from 4 Chinooks, but he's actually built 5 in total, and dropping right next to a dozer there is not recommended, especially when he's finished the airfield anyway. So, I mean, at least he's collecting with all Chinooks in this one, but it's actually 5 Chinooks, and he sold his CC, so honestly, this build order doesn't really make any sense for ApeX. Don't want to slate him too much. Gotta be careful. But at the same time, you've got to say it how it is. And he's beaconing now. I think it's just it's the nerves, honestly, of the World Series. Either he's so inexperienced that he's doing these things every day anyway, or it's the nerves, or it's a thing of both. I'm going to put it down to nerves. So yeah, you can't help these things, only experience and whatever build you up to these things. I mean, some people are born for situations with the big tournaments with the spotlight on you and all that kind of stuff. Some people thrive on that, but other people do not. I mean, he's made a war factory now, and has he been hunted? Yeah, ApeX knew because he did that. He did the beacon, saying holy crap, that's bad. And yeah, unfortunately, it is. wait, he's not even hunted, but he's about to be. Okay. Alright, Vanco's making an airfield himself. Sorry, what am I talking about? I can't even get my words out. So he's making a war factory himself. Oh, wow, that's a nice hit there from ApeX. Needs to cancel that. Vanco somehow is actually getting the oil on the other side of the map. I actually do like the Ranger build on this map. Four Rangers, or maybe even 5 Rangers, 6 Rangers. Guard your base from any drop and then capture all the oils meanwhile. Actually kind of like that. I wonder if you should still drop anyway, though, just to put some MDs inside there and just kill that oil basically for free. Or you could just hit it with 1 Raptor, actually. Maybe you don't need to drop it. Okay, V's entering the base, but they're getting cleared up by Comanches. And ApeX has been defeated and eliminated from the World Series. That's a shame, because I actually thought ApeX was going to win this, and I actually thought he started kind of well, but I think, honestly, you're seeing the mental defeatedness, if that's even a word, enter the battlefield again. It really is an unseen force and a thing that I'm trying to identify by watching these replays. But yeah, you can't tell me that he wasn't mentally defeated by the first couple of games. I actually thought the first couple of games started competitive, but if he was just able to erase some of them earlier games and just focus and maybe practice a bit more, some of these builders are a little bit weird, but and maybe calm his nerves a little bit, I think he would be able to win. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions here. Maybe nerves didn't affect him at all, but that's just the way I see it. Let me know your thoughts down below. GG, well played, and I'll see you in the next one.